Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play of Darkest Dungeon. My name is Anna Mardal and we are going into week 4. So last week we messed up, or I messed up, and finished a dungeon when I didn't mean to.
Can you feel it? The walls between the sane world and that unplumbed dimension of delirium are tenuously thin here.
And in doing so, we removed all the medium quests from the ruins. There's just short quests again. So if we want to get a medium quest, we need to either level up the ruins, which would make them level 2, or we need to level up one of these Cove-Wield Warrens areas, or I guess the farmstead. I don't really know anything about the farmstead at all, to be honest, because it's part of the new DLC. So we're going to go into the Cove. And I've picked people that I actually do want to invest in as characters, so that should help. We're going to need some torches. We're going to need some food. We're going to need, honestly, possibly like 3 shovels and like some anti-venom and medicinal herbs. The coves are kind of icky. So that brings us down to 25,000. We were at like 43,000. So after upgrades, the treatments and stuff, we spent about 20,000 gold. Tentacled lurkers lie in wait just below the water's surface. Tread carefully. And that's a lot of gold. And it's one reason why I say you have to be really careful with your money, because your adventures will eat it right up.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Pelagic. That's a nice big word. So we're actually in the middle of rooms. That's kind of weird. And we have surprised some fish people and a madman who causes lots of stress. So we're going to try to kill him as quickly as possible.
Decimated.
Like that once per per battle, practically insta kill. It's so damaging. They have a healer. And he causes stress. Great. Good. Wonderful. So happy for him. So, we have something that clears corpses and heals stress. Nice.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Like, really? You can stay alive for one battle, really?
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Fortunately, our air is going to heal you up.
continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Nice girl. I'm really worried about her healing.
Press this advantage.
There we go.
Give them no quarter.
That was kind of scary because she was instantly in a lot of danger. And we didn't see
Mechanical
it.
hazards. Possessed by evil intent.
Scouting. This is an obstacle and a curio and a battle.
Another mariner. Another misfortune.
So we've got a drowned thrall and 2 sea maggots. Yummy. Ah.
Begone, fiend!
Some monsters have high protection, which absorbs attack damage. Data over time, blight and bleed ignore protection and are effective means to take down these heavily armored opponents. Yes, I did notice he has high protection. Oh goodness, he made us sick. 100, so he consumes an extra food when they eat food.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
No scouting. 100% firm battles. Death to recovery. -2 AC, -5 damage. So that doesn't come off, I guess, until you go back or camp. Good incentive to not let them get to death door, I guess. I've got a trap here. Trap disarm 50, 60, 50, 50.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Oh, that's right. I meant to test whether we still got credit for the journals we threw away in the last episode for space. A trampled journey, 204. We fought in the East Gallery, filled with portraits of our ancient lineage, uncaring witnesses to the slaughter.
Al-Hazred, the fiery heartbeat of our retinue, wrought keen havoc in our enemy's ranks. I keenly feel his absence, even as I remember voiding myself upon seeing his lifeless body fall, pouring blood from his screaming mouth. Yet, some cruel knife having rent his lungs to gore, yet we were victorious, and thus we press on. This seems traumatizing, to be honest. Bas-relief.
If we attack it with a shovel, we get 100 stress. If we touch it, there's an 11% chance of disease, a 22% chance of a negative quirk, and a 66% chance of a positive quirk. So, you don't have very many positive quirks. Let's try you.
Negative quirk it is. 22% chance that would happen.
Deep Stingers and a Pelagic Shaman.
Annihilated.
Really do think it's just black sorcerers. Have you ever hit anything? Oh, because the Death Star screwed you up. Well, that sucks. It's gonna make you useless for the rest of the run? You're not doing much better.
Confusion, nerves, and panic. Executed with impunity.
Dude.
This expedition at least promises success.
Don't count your chickens, etc. I need all the grub I can find. Child. I actually wanted to use medicinal herbs on that. I brought them for a reason. What caused you to do that? Risk taker? I guess? I'm not sure.
Inspiration and improvement.
13. So much for the 20s and such that he's been doing earlier. Nice. Mysticism. Ouch. Alright, that's something. I'll say something. Ouch. More ouch.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Let's try party. Nice. Healing tentacles, yay! I need a healer. Yeah, I know. We all do. Huh? Killed that guy. And killed that guy. Could have been a lot worse. Debuff charm.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Sometimes overconfidence is a fast killer. Just whoop, now you're dead. Really wanted to use medicinal herbs on the fish that you scavenged for food. Alright, Pelagic Guardian, a couple of cultists, and a Pelagic Shaman. A shaman.
Dazed, reeling, about to break. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
So we know there's one more room battle because otherwise...
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Barnacle crusted chest. So, instead of a key, we need to use a shovel on it.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Just get him killed.
A momentary abatement.
Use your cannon arm to take out 12 to 23, 14, 12.
eradicated. A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Worried about that.
Obliterated.
Okay, if we walk around at all, he's gonna die.
Be wary. Triumphant pride
Absolutely
precipitates
not.
a dizzying fall. At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
Warren's foe, hot to trot. And everyone is now level 1. So, I mean, pretty successful, all things considered. Pretty successful indeed. Fearless can be renamed or recolored. Yes, we know. Go, 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 go.
Awash in blood and delusion, he bears the burden of 1,000 lifetimes.
This is the introduction of the flagellant character class. There are some who believe that only a litany of blood and suffering can cleanse sickness in the land. Here is one willing to do his part. They're frontline fighters. I don't care for them as much as...
There is power in the blood, for those with the fortitude to pay the price.
Alright, so let's look at week 5. Our 4 heroes are now level 1. The flagellants were introduced. Reynald is no longer a kleptomaniac. Prester removed the creeping cough. Our Vestal has removed stress, and Vastel has removed stress. It is no longer hopeless. Let's check out the stagecoach for fresh blood. So we've got a brand new Lamia, who I am excited to have on board. Why didn't I? Oh, we're full. Well, alright. Goodbye, Antiquarian. Farewell.
Slumped shoulders, wild eyes, and a stumbling gait. This one is no more good to us.
We have a new plague doctor who is not more impressive than our old plague doctor, so no, that's... His speed is good. Her speed is good, sorry. And Aubrey... continues to be disappointing to me. No, we don't need it. Then we have this thing called a Seraph, which is a modded class. Inhabited by a celestial being, the Seraph is the hand of the light and smites foes with a cleansing fire. She will unleash merciless judgment upon those marked as corrupt and protect allies with her impenetrable shield. Even as the Seraph's wounds grow more severe, her power does not waver. Instead, she is strengthened by pain, allowing her to unleash immeasurable divine might upon her foes. The Seraph's weakness lies in her broken body and fanatical faith. The Seraph is nothing without her blessed armor, and any foe that can bypass her sturdy defense will quickly end the Seraph's life. Such is the Seraph's nature that those around her find her to be unsettling and a menacing ally. Her unfeeling actions and zealous commands may cause many allies to question whether this Iron Maiden is truly what she says she is. Her faith called to her, and she abandoned everything she loved for it. So there's a comic of a young woman being burned at the stake, and is burning quite badly, and when divine fire strikes down from the heavens and extinguishes the mortal fire and the woman's bonds, and she stands with wings of smoke behind her, and everyone, oh yay, something holy has happened, and she's quite happy, but her face is burned and marred. So I think that's what we see here with the face being not quite what you might expect. It's kind of melted and burned. So that's sad that people tried to burn her at the stake. Her 150 damage versus marked. That's awesome. Especially since Ellers has an attack that marks people, so she would pair very well with Ellers. We're going to go ahead and drop the Flagellant. I'm not a big fan of that class. And we'll bring
This one has
Sarah.
become vestigial, useless.
That's what we'll do. So, I wanted to upgrade. What did I want to upgrade? What was the point of all that? Well, we upgraded the cove is what we did. What about the other areas? What do they look like right now? Off you all go. Out. Okay, so yeah, cove is level 1. And now there's no, that's a short, and that's a short. Oh, dang it. Also short. Where are the mediums? Well, we'll have to do the Wield and Orange at some point then. Possibly next. We do have some time left in the video. So who are people that we would care about keeping? Well, Bertrand. Then we'll try this Seraph. She seems interesting. And our Plague Doctor. And let's take one of our best Lamias. Blah. So that gives us healing. That gives us corpse removal. Who is managing her stress? Anyone? She has stress removal as well. Okay. Okay. Alright, we can work with that. So let's go back to the estate, and who do we need to treat? Well, so we got 10,000 off of that short run. Mortania has tapeworm, which we should probably get rid of. 750. Ugh, Fruster. Really, your quirks suck. $4,000 to take off the crit on melee skills. Let's send Ellers to the Transept of Prey. The light is the one true power. And let's send Courtney to the brothel.
All manner of diversion and dalliance await those who cross the threshold with coin in hand.
Here's an extra coin. I wasn't here. And I think that's all anybody gets. We still have to pay to Bark, so I'm not going to go deeply in debt to check out the Weald. Speaking of, the Weald tends to need everything. Book of Intuition. Okay, we'll do this one. Sorry, not the Weald, the Warrants. Lots of medicinal herbs, lots of holy water. Okay, 25,000. 29. So we still have a 4,000 profit from where we were last time at this point. Alright, let's run this quickly. A well-placed supply item can often protect you against the hazards of interactive objects you encounter. Yep, come on. Let's do it. Let's go. Why is it taking so long to load? Game? Game. There we go.
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even faster.
So once again, we start kind of in the middle of things. Dude, carry on either swine form. Okay, heal, stress. Ooh.
Seems like people have 20 stress just walking into the dungeon.
Obliterated. The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden. Continue the onslaught.
There.
Destroy them all.
Ooh, that's nice. Highwayman. Buckle for extra ability against traps.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
2 curios so far, but both have been torches. Okie dokie. These are some kind of pig people with hooks for hands. Seems, not great.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Another abomination cleansed from our lands. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Moonring. So in exchange for a lot more stress, if our torch gets really low, our accuracy and damage will go up. Not my idea of a good ring. What do we got here? Pile of scrolls. So if... Ooh, okay. So there's a 28% chance of finding a map, 14 of stress, 9 of a random positive quirk, 5 of a random negative quirk, 29% chance of nothing. If you set them on fire, you purge a negative quirk. Manic for money. Cetic. Guilty conscience and anemic. Yeah, she's gonna set that on fire. The scrolls are evil, burning them, it removes a terrible weight. So she was manic for money, which probably would have caused her to rob a pile at some point. And that would have made me very upset. We need every penny we can scrounge. Yes, we do. Uh-oh, spiders. Spiders are dangerous. First we heal the nice boy. Then we make the spider bleed.
back to the pit.
They hurt us. Stun and guard out fearful.
Begone, fiend!
One more cadaver for the cart. Nice. If you wish, you can use anti-venom from inventory to neutralize being blighted. Or I can use my Lamia to cure it.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Yes, we can. What a powerful healer she is. She heals blight and bleed. Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
A momentary abatement.
You love having our healers.
Another one falls.
In the base game, you did not have very many, and
As victories mount,
yes. you
so
did not
too
have
will
many.
resistance.
Stack of books. Don't hit the thing with your scroll. With your tail. Fine. Stack of stress 22, random positive for 22, etc. 22. Nice. What did we get? Spiritual.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Ow. Also,
Eradicated.
nice. I won't leave her again.
The blood quickens.
Yeah, he's definitely an exported character from something. I just don't know what. I could look it up. I'm sure it's on the character page. You don't take healing, girl. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Ouch. Come on, give me a block.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There we go. Nice. Damn it.
A death by inches.
Alright, we're gonna have to drop something. Or wear something. Alright, you'll put the moon ring on, but I don't want to keep it there. Occult scrawlings. Positive for stress, negative for dull and uninteresting.
Just how we like him. Oh, it's a surprise attack. Aw, man. They got...
Such a terrible assault
What's his
cannot
face?
be left unanswered.
sick. Fine.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
So that's her Lamia form, which is admittedly quite terrifying. This moves her back. 1 to 3. Didn't actually do much though, did it?
Annihilated.
Slither.
Exposed to a killing blow. Weakened. The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Slowly. Gently. This is how a life is taken.
I didn't know that the character class that I downloaded came with homophobic slurs. F that. I'm going to assume that Bertrand didn't know better, and we're going to educate him.
The light. The promise of safety.
Some traps are visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero and click on the trap to attempt to disarm it. That's our best trap percentage there. Alright, one more down on. That surprise one really hurt us in terms of stress.
The horror.
Okay, so sure enough, if you see her face,
They stun, and the other heroes get 6 stress over 1 stress around for 6 rounds. Okay. But we have a longing who clears for her, so that's not nothing. Here we go. Valid below 33%. Oh, nice. I don't like her having to be so weak to do it. That stuns and clears corpses. Cleared off the blight.
Decimated.
That's a good attack. It's a shame she has to be so near death.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Well, we might as well drop the holy water. And now we can go back home.
Their squeals fade. Their confidence is shaken.
$4,000 gold and some building material. Cove Explorer and Ruins Explorer. Nothing that will really pay for the tapeworm removal. Well, that's only 750.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So this is to let us know that yet another the ill rumors surrounding the hamlet have drawn travelers from far and wide. This holy man is one such soul. Although his methods are questionable, his efficacy cannot be denied. No, we won't dismiss him. We will dismiss Howard because he is a bad healer.
This one has become vestigial, useless.
So these little announcements that somebody's come to town is just a way to let you know about these new classes. So week 5, our 4 heroes left. They came back level 1. A exorcist arrived. Mortania underwent effective disease treatment, lost his tapeworm. Ellers praised and recovered 69 stress. Courtney's debauchery has reached new heights, whereabouts unknown. So we put Courtney in the brothel, and it did reduce her stress, but she has left town. She'll come back. Really need more deeds, but we'll get there. We're kind of full up, so if we want to take on any of these guys, we need to dismiss someone. I will dismiss the new exorcist we just received because I don't really think we need to.
Suffer not the lame horse, nor the broken man.
And I'm actually going to take the antiquarian. I would like to take the jester, but honestly, actually I don't need 2 shield breakers.
The task ahead is terrible, and weakness cannot be tolerated.
There's the jester. We'll take him. And with that, we will close the stagecoach. We're gonna go ahead and put Bertrand in for the tapeworm. I don't like that quirk, but I also don't want to spend 1200 on it. Okay. It is what it is. Who needs stress relief? You're all pretty good, and none of you are pretty great. We'll let Baldry go drinking. We'll let Quicarnon play the dice tables. And Prester can get his prey on. Alright. Is there anything else that we just need to do? Not really. Oh, that reminds me. Trinkets. Blood dice. Wonderful. Unequip all trinkets on all heroes. Sort by cast restriction. If we hit shift, we can sell them. For right now, I'm not going to, but we can. And I think that will be all for tonight. The Warrens have leveled up. And now there's a medium one. There's still... Oh, there's a medium ruins one. Okay, that's the one we'll do. 90% of rooms, and we'll be more careful this time. Ruins is the best place to find deeds, and we really need deeds. So, from now on, at least for a little while, we will be running deliberately unsuccessful ruins runs in order to get stuff to upgrade the estate. Ideally as quickly as possible. Well, not as quickly as possible. Ideally early as possible to front load estate upgrades before we start doing harder and harder runs. So that'll be interesting and hopefully fun to do and hopefully fun to watch. So once again, this is Darkest Dungeon. That was week... we did 2 runs because they were both short, so they were like 30 minutes each. So that was week 4 through 6 is what it was. My name is Anna Mardal, and I hope that I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.